Like, you are a very squishy champion, and Moham as well, with a lot of healing, a lot of shielding in his back pocket for the Zeri, going to have a pretty difficult job keeping his AD alive.
Invade Wars continue to rear their ugly head. Beishong did not take the red buff. Junhao actually secured it himself. The smite nearly goes wrong for Beishong. He does grab the big raptor, but Saber's throwing down tons of stones, and Zhang over the wall makes sure that Beishong has nowhere to escape, and Ultra Prime able to capitalize for first blood, but more blood may be shed. This bot side as Starry flashes forward, nearly finds both kills. Volatile bottom lane. Good early rotation here for OMG to play into their win con.
Yeah, and this does concede that dragon early on, right? Like we talked about the change up from Grubs, and now Zhang.
He's 2 levels up. He has the needlework. He knows that Starry doesn't have flash or barrier, and just like that, maybe this wasn't the lane that Starry wanted to go towards, as Zhang now becomes the super inflated Gwen. Moham with the shield is going to try and outplay it. Will make it a trade, but that's still a 2-for-1. The Zhang will easily cash in.
Guilty is so very powerful, and the power on these Grubs is so high. They're trying to find this fight. Should be on OMG's side. Yeah,
and they can kind of disguise the ultimate until it finally pops. They do it with the Zerial in tow, but Beishong gets poked very, very low. Has to pop the Rescue Guard and back off just like that. And that's the main engage tool for the Zeri on the Lightning Crash. But at the very least, it will get OMG control of the Grubs until the Grand Starfall comes across. And just like that, Junhao pops on top of Beishong and drops him. Spirit Rush is going to come out, but a great stun comes across there from Saber to force Charlotte back. And now he's having to flash away. Just when you think Ultra Prime have to play on the back foot, they strike and claim everything.
Hit for Ultra Prime, and if OMG try to fight this, they are going to be at a decided disadvantage. Beishong sniffing around. Don't give it a 50-50, guys.
Yeah, Junhao, you got to either engage or try and burn it down here, and he's going to take the first option and jump right on top, but he gets popped, and there was an angle for Beishong to steal away that dragon, so they do grab it, but it's going to be Ultra Prime that still feel way more comfortable fighting.
Actually gives them a slightly better chance of fighting.
As much as we like to make fun of Yuumi as a champion that is so easy to play, in the pro level, bouncing around certain opponents can make you very, very volatile as the culling comes down, but Starry takes negative damage. Saber gets exhausted and thrown off the Weaver's Wall as Charlotte explodes onto the scene. Junhao jumps in just to try and save his bottom lane, and there's OMG playing the overload towards the river and cashing in a huge team fight win.
Side of the shield so that Junhao's E is not doing anything to block the damage coming through from the Xin Zhao, and Zhang's TP did come through, and now he fancies a fight.
They've left him. They've left Beishong to do this Rift Herald alone, and Zhang is just going to capitalize. The needlework, the last batch, with the snip of the scissors, gets the kill, and just like that, OMG's great play. Cap falls down, and Xiaoxia puts the nail in the coffin on that comeback.
Yeah, I mean, the ebb and the flow. That was a perfect example of how this game seems to have gone, where OMG find a little bit of an advantage, but just not quite right execution on the aftermath of it. Really costs them there. They had, 2 members down on the map, and if they'd have just played a little bit more reserved, let's say, they probably would have come away with a really good advantage, but Entirety, if he stays in the mid lane as well, probably saves them.
Well, now Beishong is definitely starting to get desperate with some of these engages. He dashes onto Lucian. What a seismic shove used to the Weaver's Wall there from Saber. Throws both Moham and Beishong into the grinder.
Around that Rift Herald, but they've not been able to do really anything else successful since or before then. 0-5-2 for Beishong, and this is the life that a Xin Zhao will lead if you need to start a fight, and really it is him that needs to start them. They've got really easy setup for this as well. Pushing both of those side lanes, looking for a collapse into the mid lane, probably just a dive on this tier 1 if they can.
Starry's got to be careful trying to hold this wave here. Zhang, though, off to the side, was trying to hold a pretty aggressive angle. Going to surround the first charm. They commit the unstoppable onslaught, but Zhang's health bar is just not going down quick enough. He heals through 2 ultimates, and the tidal wave from Xiaoxia gets the top laner out and claims the mid-tier 1 in the background.
In some recent time, as Starry goes in.
Jumps right on top of him, trying to make the difference. The desperation for OMG to try and find a big win from behind. Starry is going all out, but he's going to fall right in front of Saber's face. Can't get through the entire army of Ultra Prime on your own, Starry. A commendable effort, but now OMG are just throwing themselves in one at a time, and that is a recipe for disaster as Charlotte's antics fall flat, and it forces Beishong and Harry to flash back towards their turrets, but Junhao is only going to let the tanky Scion escape. Desperation play for OMG falls flat. It's going to cost them even more as this game one slips further out of their fingertips.
Pretty much out of their control. They're going to have to do something a little bit wild to get back into this, but a reminder, Weaver's Wall is up. Grand Starfall, maybe not, but OMG, they're on a clock here before they can get collapsed on. Zhong's sniffing around as well. Here comes Wako, here comes Xiaojia. Even without the Talia wall, this could be a disaster.
They're corralling the cattle for slaughter. Here, down goes the Thornbound Atakan, but look at the damage Wako does to Beishang before he gets the Crest Guard even down. The Culling doesn't get the job done, but the scissors, the golden pair for Zhang is definitely bringing the big-time load to this fight, but it's a huge stun for Harry. The Ultra Prime have walked in one by one, just like OMG in the last fight, and it might cost them here as Junhao and Saber go blow for blow. Harry's zombified Scion buys just enough space for Starry to sneak out. And OMG come away the winners when we thought they wouldn't be able to find any sort of footing. Zhang has decided to walk his way all the way up towards this Baron. Will be spotted, and that does allow Charlotte to respond to the bot wave comfortably. So there's not a wave that's really pushing against OMG. It's their jungler's health bar that's pushing against their efforts to make the comeback. Beishang cannot be the first one to fall here. Now OMG, they basically have to fight their way into a win or they'll lose Baron. And Zhang is looking to take everything. He wants his cake and to eat it too. And he's knocking down Harry's health bar with the help of his squad. The top side for OMG falls, and that makes Baron a guarantee for Ultra Prime.
And Ultra Prime just make the Scion look like butter. All of those items do nothing when you can't even tank them for a 5-10 second window. The backline had nothing to do. Zhang positions himself perfectly. With the Shroud coming down, nobody can deal damage to him or pass through the Gwen at all. Baron's gonna fall, and 40 seconds before the Baron, the Dragon, excuse me, the timing is perfect. Starry's overextended. He's gonna get this turret, but he's gonna get TP'd on for it.
Yep, Zhang's here first. It's a double TP. Saber's here as well. That turret is going to earn you a colon to the face as Starry's jaw gets knocked off, and Moham falls with him.
To catch a wave, push that in, and Ultra Prime, they don't need to take this Drake on spawn. They can use the Baron to the best of their abilities, and they can just push it all the way through the base if they like. Two members of OMG are stood trying to stop the Dragon.
Oh, Beishang, good seismic shove there. Even though the Crescent Guard Saber gets him close enough to drop the damage. Stasis is right when the charm comes in for Charlotte, and the point-and-click stun for Junhao lands. And Rude, I think we might not even need a Hextech Soul the way this game is going.
I'm thinking it's going to be a formality. If Ultra Prime don't end here, then they'll probably just use that as an exit objective, walk their way down to that Dragon, find that before they recall.
They want it now.
I mean, Harry is not tanky at all.
They don't want this game to reach 30 minutes. Ultra Prime want to make sure it's known that OMG cannot compete with a squad with play-in aspirations. Down goes Harry and Starry. It's only Moham who gets popped like a balloon by the 3-item Wako. They've got the grubs, they got the Baron waves, and they're looking to make a statement in game one. Ultra Prime nowhere near the same level as OMG as they look to command this series 1-0 up.
A big win from Ultra Prime as Wako even throwing in.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.